Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube channel Civil Steps. So Civil Steps has started one of the important series that is for prelims 2022. So Target Prelims 2022 initiative of Civil Steps will help students to cover the important topics of history, geography, polity, economy, science, environment and current affairs. So this Target Prelims 2022 series has started from 19th of December 2021 and will help you to cover more than 1000 important topics for prelims examinations. Target Prelims 2022 has been designed keeping in mind the dynamic nature of the UPSC civil services examinations. Hence, Target 2022 focus on overall preparation of a serious civil services aspirant, and it will sail you through UPSC civil services examination very smoothly. So today we will discuss questions on science and technology. So the first question is, what is the importance of using pneumococcal conjugate vaccines in India? So the first statement is, these vaccines are effective against pneumonia as well as meningitis and sepsis. So the second statement is, dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistance bacteria can be reduced. So the third statement is, these vaccines have no side effects and cause no allergic reactions. So you have to select the correct answer using the code given below. So the first option is A, 1 only, B, 1 and 2 only, C, 3 only, D, 1, 2 and 3. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So I hope you have written the answer. So the answer of this question is B, 1 and 2 only. So this vaccine is 80% effective against meningitis, sepsis and pneumonia. So statement number 1 is right. So pneumococcal conjugate vaccines have reduced the burden of antibiotic resistance bacterial diseases globally, says the Lancet report 2017. So second statement is also right. So various research papers have indicated that vaccines may have caused certain side effects and allergic reactions. So statement number 3 is wrong. So accordingly, answer is B. So this topic of vaccine is very important. So you should read all the current affairs from the newspaper to answer these type of questions. So I hope you have understood the concept. So now let us discuss question number second. Consider the following statements. Some species of turtle are herbivores. Some species of fish are herbivores. Some species of marine mammals are herbivores. Some species of snakes are viviparous. So which of the following statements are correct? A, 1 and 3 only. B, 2, 3 and 4 only. C, 2 and 4 only. D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So the answer of this question is D. So cobras, which is also known as the pythons, the keelbacks, don't lay eggs, so they are called viviparous as they bring out live young. So statement number 4 is right. So answer could be B, C or D in all these options. So statement number second is common. So we have to accept some species of fish are herbivores, and it is true without verification. So depending on the species, sea turtles may be carnivores, that is meat eating, or herbivores, plant eating, or omnivores, eating both meat and plants. So, statement number 1 is right. And by elimination, we are left with answer D. So, all statements are correct. So, I hope you have understood the concept. So, now let us discuss question number 3. Consider the following statements: bats, bears, and rodents. So, the phenomena of hibernation can be observed in which of the following kind of animals? So, option number A, 1 and 2 only, B, 2 only, C, 1, 2, and 3, D, hibernation cannot be observed in any of the above. So, you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So, the answer is C, 1, 2, and 3. So, hibernation is a state of inactivity and metabolic depression in endothermis characterized by low body temperature, slow breathing, and heart rate, and low metabolic rate. It is also found in bat, bear, and rodents, etc. So, this was the question number 2, which was asked in UPSC Prelims 2014. So, these type of questions can be asked again in by UPSC. So, now let us discuss question number 4. So, the question is, consider the following statements. Statement number 1: genetic changes can be introduced in the cells that produce eggs or sperms of a prospective parent. Option number 2: a person's genome can be edited before birth at the early embryonic stage. Statement number 3: human induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of a pig. So, which of the following statements are correct? Option number A, 1 only, B, 2 and 3 only, C, 2 only, D, 1, 2 and 3. So, you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So, the answer of this question is D, 1, 2, and 3. So, CRISPR genome editing tool can be used for accomplishing statement number 1, which says that genetic changes can be introduced in the cells that produce eggs or sperms of a prospective parent. So, statement number 3: human induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of a pig. That was done in China. So, statement number 3 is also correct. So, we are left with the answer D. So, this topic is very, very important. Uh, this question was asked in 2020 prelims, and on the similar lines in 2018 too, UPSC has asked a question from CRISPR genome editing technology, but that was a much simpler than a simpler question. That was only one liner question. So in 1 year UPSC can ask one liner question, and in next year UPSC can ask multiple line statements. So you should cover these topics very well. So these topics come under biotechnology part. So you should cover genome editing, CRISPR-Cas9 technology, and genetically modified crops and organisms. So you should cover these topics very well from current affairs, from newspapers and standard sources. So now let us discuss question number 5. Which of the following statements are correct? First statement is, viruses lack enzymes necessary for the generation of energy. Second statement, viruses can be cultivated in any synthetic medium. Option number 3, viruses are transmitted from one organism to another by biological vectors only. So select the correct answer using the codes given below. Option number A, 1 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. Option number D, 1, 2 and 3. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So the answer of this question is A, 1 only. So viruses have no metabolic enzymes and cannot generate energy on their own. So viruses require a growth medium containing living cell, therefore cannot be cultured in any synthetic medium. Viruses are transmitted from one organism to another not only by biological vectors but also by mechanical vectors. Mechanical vector like an orthopod vector which transmit an infective organism from one host to another, but it is not essential to the life of cycle of the parasite. So as you already know that viruses are very much in news nowadays. So as you know that COVID-19 is also a virus, retrovirus. So you should cover these topics from standard newspapers, from Wikipedia or internet. So that was all about question number 5 that was asked in 2013, and this topic is still relevant because of the obvious pandemic COVID-19. So that was about this question number 5 and for this video also. So you can write your comments about the video and you can suggest some measures that we can use to deliver our services effectively. So that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.